Good afternoon, everyone. We are living in a smart world where the laziness of the human beings are creating new technologies. For example, uh, when we are unable to switch on the light, we will be seeking the help of Google Assistant or Siri, or we say Alexa in these days, right? It is a part of automation where our aim is to reduce the human intervention. This is extensively used in industries also in nowadays. On behalf of the Mount College of Engineering, we, the Department of Applied Electronics and Instrumentation, is organizing a webinar on the topic, a virtual tour through PLC Next and Digital Factory. It is basically aimed on providing you the knowledge on how the automation is influenced in the industry. It is my pleasure to welcome our resource person, Mr. Vishal Kumar, who is working as the production manager in the Phoenix Contact, Pune. He is a specialist in the automation field. He will share his knowledge. He'll share his knowledge with you, with his experience, how the automation is influenced in the industry. Also, I welcome our principal, Dr. K. Matthew, and Vice Principal, Professor Thomas George. Also, our head of the department, Mr. Arun MS, to the event. We have all the faculties from various departments and various colleges. We welcome all of you to this webinar. We have faculties, students, as well as other research scholars and industrial persons involved in this webinar. We welcome you all to this webinar. So without wasting any time, I'm just calling our resource person, Vishal Kumar, for taking up the session. Over to you, Vishal.
Thank you very much, and hello together. Myself Vishal Kumar, taking care of business unit automation systems from Phoenix Contact. So I will just share you the presentation right now. Then we'll just have a detailed discussion on that. Well, we are here. So I hope everyone can see my screen here. And if you are facing any difficulties in that, please be free to actually share in the chat area here. So I hope I can start now. So here, what you are seeing is a virtual exhibition stall, what we maintain in Bloomberg, Germany, for explaining the details or explaining the product or giving product overview for our customers and students on EduNet platform. So EduNet platform, actually, most of you might not be aware. EduNet is like, okay, Phoenix Contact Germany is having one setup settled there to train all the students who are interested in the latest technologies or innovations. So according to that, we are just maintaining this setup here in Germany. So we, like for today's presentation, for today's event, I just actually taken the access of that. So that's what you are seeing here. So before going in detail, I will just brief you about Phoenix Contact. Phoenix Contact is an MNC based out in Germany, Bloomberg, who is actually with a network of more than 100 countries and over 17,000 employees all over the world, who is actually basically into the field of electrical and electronics and automation with novel technologies, and which is more than actually 100-year old. We are in the market, and we reached in India in 1993, and we are employing more than 500 people here in India with a turnover of close to 800 CR annual turnover. So this much is regarding Phoenix Contact, but what the remaining thing you can just have a look into, okay, our website, and then you can find more details there. So today's our topic is PLC Next technology and a virtual tour through the digital factory. So from your academic studying, you might have aware about the PLCs, then your logics or your this what interlocks, all these steps you are aware. You are aware of a lot of devices, like mainly this electronics and instrumentation people are aware about, okay, embedded control systems or your microprocessors, microcontrollers, then control valves, transducers, transmitters. But you are not aware, like I hope, like most of the things, actually most of the people are not that much aware how to implement or where to implement, what are the use cases or applications of these stuffs. So that's why I just try to I'm trying my best to actually give you a brief about what exactly is happening in the industry with the knowledge what you are earning from your colleges or universities. So we are just now going into the, this is the overall view of your exhibition stall. Here you can see the trend topics or latest topics which is going all around the world related to electrical and automation. Then you can see connection, then marking and like installations, then power supplies, then switches, automation. So these wings or these sub booths are actually like showcasing the various other products from Phoenix Contact Basket. In total, we have more than 63,000 products in the field of electrical and automation. So now we can just go into the trend topics. So we will just cover this part in another 10-15 minutes or maximum. Then we will just actually come out of this base main booth, and we will just have a look into this automation sub booth. And the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes, we will just have a look into the digital factory, what exactly and where we are using. So let's have a look. But because of the network things, maybe you might feel some slow landing. But here we are. We got actually a very good landing here into the digital factory here. So this we will just explain on the last part. So now we have a just close look into the exhibition start. Here you can see All Electric Society. All Electric Society is the latest association formed by major OEMs across the world. OEMs means original equipment manufacturer. That could be your Phoenix Contact, Rockwell Automation, Siemens. So like that, those major OEMs are there who are manufacturing PLCs, other control systems, or VFDs, or any of your field instruments. So they actually entered into a society later, in the year later 2020. So they are explaining how sustainable we can use the energy and so and so. And Phoenix is in the forefront of that, empowering all our customers and students with the awareness of all electrical society and electric sustainability. So then you can have a look. Okay, I'm not just explaining all these stuffs here. We have devices for switch measuring and monitor. For example, you are using current transducers, transmitters. So those devices are listed here. Then e-mobility in the sense actually these are the technologies used for your electric vehicle chargings and other operations. Then highlights of 20. So here our main focus will be the highlights of 2020. So we will just have a look into highlights of 2020. But you might understand something from that, so that actually every year we are showcasing our products which are the latest release in 2020. After that, I will just explain you what all products are there and what is the real application areas of that. So here my colleague is explaining you well what exactly the highlight for 2020 we released.
Also this year, we are proud to present our outstanding novelties from all product areas. Give me 3 minutes and you will have an overview of our highlights for 2020. You know us as a specialist for automation technology. PLC Next technology is the ecosystem for industrial automation. With PLC Next Control, you can realize projects without the limitations of proprietary systems. Here, the new controllers now offer more scalability for a cost-effective start or for high-performance requirements. The compact I/O modules, Axuline Smart Elements, are the perfect match. Or do you need special I/O systems, perhaps for the process industry? Then these are interesting for you. They enable you to automate both the production process and the analysis of data. So you see, we think of you and also offer customized solutions for special industries. No automation technology without communication. That's why we are also specialists for intelligence networking. Cloud IoT gateway, unmanaged switches or fiber optic data connectors, we network your application and make it future-proof. And not only that, We drive new technologies. SPE is a great example of this. With single pair Ethernet, this established technology is now also moving down to the field level, and with it, you take a big step forward to the industrial Internet of Things. Communication needs connection technology. That has always been our focus. Here too, there are great new products. The compact M12 power connectors with push-lock connection. In addition to products, services play an important role in supporting you in your everyday work. One example, we provide you with an intuitive platform for assessing the thermal behavior of electronic devices in the early stages of development. The new charging cables for electric vehicles designed for the modern DC home charging stations in your garage are also very easy to handle. Admittedly, in your private environment, you will rarely meet us. Therefore, back to industry. Take advantage of the opportunities offered by digitization for your control cabinet manufacturing and view processes in a new light. The comprehensive complete line system will support you. We offer suitable product innovations, the IoT-capable M-Pro Energy measuring devices, the open cross-power system platform for 400-volt distribution, and the mobile label printer Thermomark Go. Here we go. This also applies to the digitization of building automation. Our IoT-based platform, Analytics, supports you in breaking away from classical structures and manage buildings digitally. We also develop product innovation for this purpose, where every detail is optimized. For example, the pluggable surge protection for 4 conductors. We cover all topics that move you and us with our highlights. Very important in our digital world, cybersecurity. With the entry-level FLM Guard products, you can protect your networks from cyber attacks without the need for expert knowledge. So much for our highlights 2020. Thanks for taking a look. Now I have to go quickly work on the next highlights.
So now let's have a detailed look into the automation part. So we are just coming out of this exhibition main booth and we are just moving into, it's actually really flying into this automation sub booth. So it may take a while. So at that time, actually, I will just explain you what exactly will be showcased there. All of you are aware about the microprocessors and controllers. So actually the PLC, the real PLC is just a microprocessor or controller only. But the main difference is the what all embedded systems you are developing or you are using in your college during your college life or in mini or main projects. Those are not industrial grade. Those might be designed for minus 10, yeah, maximum 0 to 30 degrees Celsius or 40 degrees Celsius or just to use in room temperature. So obviously those stuffs cannot be used in your real industrial atmosphere. So hence we are designing industrial grade control systems. So that is actually PLC, that could be your DCS or simple PAC system. So like that, those industrial hardwares will come. So all those industrial hardwares are listed here. So you can find a lot of manufacturers for the PLCs. So those are actually conventional PLC based technology. So like in your college labs also you can find old PLCs which are based on IEC 61131 language, programming languages. So you are not using any of your high level languages for programming a PLC, right? So those are 61131 languages which are in ladder, function block, structured text or instruction logics, sequential flowchart. These are the languages, but these we need to be aware before, at least final year students should be aware about these languages if you are going to focus in mainly in automation industry. So mainly electrical, electronics and instrumentation engineer should learn these type of languages if they are really looking into the automation industry. But we have some alternative also in this case, that is actually basically PLC Next. PLC Next is a latest patented technology from Phoenix Contact, got launched in the year of 2017, which will enable all type of IT engineers also to program their industrial control system. So that is the main advantage of PLC Next controller. So main what's the case is like, you are not only using your 61131 language, but also you can use any of your preferred languages of C, C++, MATLAB, Simulink, Eclipse, Python, Java. So any of your higher level languages you can use to program a PLC, and you can implement these stuffs into your industrial environment, and you can use it for any of your IoT application. And we are not, I'm not coming to that point, IoT application, what exactly really an IoT means. So it's a marketing buzzword, I would say, because IoT, all these steps are actually here and there. You are hearing in your day-to-day life, but what exactly it is, it's a different scenario in this case. So it will take much time to explain. So, but if you still have some doubt what exactly really an IoT or IoT is there, then I'm interested to discuss on that in the last part. So now I will just showcase you some of the basic controllers. So I think here on the right hand side, instead of sweeping the mouse pointer here and there, we can use actually this menu button here to move into each and every subject. So here first case is higher level controller. So again, coming back to your microprocessor based control system, you can just switch on one light, switch off light, or just measure the level, or just take some sensor data from your humidity or atmosphere, temperature, pressure, so thermal scanning. All these stuffs you can take in a one or two way with your microprocessors, simple embedded systems. But if you're looking into a very higher level, like if you want to control an entire plant, or if you want to handle 10,000s of IOs, then you might require a higher level controller, which is called DCS or PAC system. But here we are, so that's really what high level controls are used for. So this is the controller from Phoenix Contact. I'm just showing you an example. So simple controlling. So you don't think that, okay, with a microprocessor we can do any type of magic, but for that you should need an industrial grade hardware. Even if the basic area is okay, microprocessor, here you can see the yellow color symbol. Okay, this is called TUV. So TUV is a certification agency, international certification agencies for industrial hardwares which are designed for safety applications. Safety means safety integrity level SIL 3, like that. Safety applications are there. If your machine, you can have use the control system for controlling your machine. If your machine is okay, threatening human life, so such type of machines you should control such type of machines using a SIL 3 certified hardware. So SIL 3 switches will be there, SIL 3 or safety PLCs will be there, normal relays will be safety. So safety relays, safety communication, all these will be approved or certified according to TUV. So that's why this yellow color is for, so that is safety. So this is actually a higher end controller. It comes with 3 processors. Like one processor is for i5, like that you can use for your industrial class applications. Then 2 800 megahertz Ulterior NIOS processors will be there, which is actually TUV certified according to SIL 3. So that's why on this touch display it's showing a safety PLC. Then OPC UA. This is a very important point for the students who are going to pass out. So OPC UA is the latest trend in the industry now. So any communication, because you might have learned about HART protocol or Namur open architecture. So those are actually, Namur is latest, HART is actually old protocol, but still it is relevant. But all these stuffs are being transferred into one or other way related to OPC UA. So OPC UA is very important in your entire career. So it supports OPC UA. So you can see here, actually you can attach fans, because this controller support up to 60 degrees Celsius. If you want to use a controller for 70 degrees Celsius, then your design will change. So all these steps are related to your industrial hardware. So you can add SD card slot is there. Here also you cannot use a commercial SD card or memory card. Their industrial SD cards will be there. And this is actually 4 Ethernet ports. So here you can see LAN 1, 2, 3.1 and 3.2. That means this controller can communicate with 3 different networks in 3 different subnet masks. So that actually, because you need to keep same IP, because that's a very huge machine network. So like that, a lot of things are there we need to keep in mind while approaching the industry. It's not a simple microprocessor or microcontroller, but inside a lot of things are there. So this here you have seen just a CPU. right? But for taking your field signals, you should have the IOs, inputs and outputs. So that IO cards are separate, different actually. Those IO cards will be mounted on the field, can be mounted in a separate cabinet, or can be mounted along with this controller itself. And those IO cards can be connected to this controller over Ethernet protocol. It's not a protocol. I'm sorry, Ethernet is a medium only. Under Ethernet, you can find hundreds of protocols. So for example, okay, Phoenix and Siemens are using Profinet protocol for communicating with IOs mainly, but you have a lot of protocols, including Ethernet IP, Modbus TCP IP, that you are just learning actually in OSI model. So those are very important if you want to learn about the product. Modbus TCP IP, RS-232, RS-485, all these stuffs are you are learning now. After that, because if you know that OSI model in detail, then you can know what all stuffs are there in the latest industrial protocols like Profinet, Ethernet IP, then CAN bus, CAN open, EtherCAT. So all these protocols will come into picture if you want to communicate or connect with your IO cards and your CPU in higher end controllers. But in medium level controllers, you can attach your IO cards on the right hand side or left hand side like that, according to the make and model of your PLC. So this much is regarding the higher end controller. So I'm not just actually giving a lot theory here. So just to show, okay, how an industry or what all features or what all things are required in an industry, we will just have a like look into this brief video, 1 minute, regarding the industrial application of this particular controller. It's not the only application, but regarding the one of the application this controller can be used. I'm just checking for that video here. Yeah, here it is. So we can just have a look into this. This is for wind turbine. It's a very huge system. Wind turbine is like, even for looking it is simple. So this controller we are mainly using for wind turbines, for controlling, monitoring and synchronization. So these are the energy produced by the wind turbines. There actually you need safety, SIL3. So there actually, see, these are the special function blocks. See, this language is called function block diagrams. And yellow color means it's a safety programming language. And if you are using, okay, normal, then this yellow color will not be there, but this is the function block diagram you can use for programming your PLCs. Because you are using, okay, your embedded level controllers, you are using, okay, Linux based languages or high level languages for programming. But this particular, like in industrial level, you cannot use those high level languages always, because in electrical and instrumentation, this 61131 standards of languages are available. Function block diagram is one of that. See, this is high level. This is actually based on PLC Next. Hence, it supports high level languages also. If you want to develop an application, for example, okay, this is actually a synchronization. If you are actually using a wind turbine, a lot of energy will be generated from the wind turbine or from a solar plant, and you are feeding it to the grid, then the grid should need to be actually get stabilized. So that is actually, I'm just giving you an example. So there is some algorithms are there for stabilizing your grid, or it's called, okay, grid synchronization or governor synchronization. So like that, some applications will be there. There actually you cannot always depend on the 61131 language. So you need to use high level languages for greater flexibility. So you can use your high level languages for developing an application or developing some kind of function libraries, and that you can use in this PLC Next controller. So you need not to stick to 61131 language for programming a PLC Next controller. You can use high level languages also. Then cloud integration, you can directly fetch the data and give to the C. Giving data from your controller, because almost all of you are aware about cloud connections. Giving a data from your normal microprocessor to a cloud is not a big deal. You can do it at any time, and you using any kind of applications. A lot of applications are available in the GitHub or some other open internet also. You can surf for the same. But the case comes here is like the industry is not like that. If you want to send one data means that could be the status of your pressure, the pressure, or if you're coming to this wind turbine case, now the blade tension, wind blades are there and blade tension is this much. Then that data you need to send it to cloud. From the cloud, actually it will go to your LD, like dispatch centers or the power generation agencies. While sending the data to the cloud, and from there it's being accessed by your power generation agencies, that should be through a secured way. If it is not secure, then anyone in between, from the controller to the cloud and cloud to the energy agency, like for example here we can take KCB as an example. So if you are sending the data through normal cloud of your Amazon or Azure, whatever it is, so if you are sending through normal cloud, then what's the thing, there are always chances for security breach, because if someone can hack the network of KCB and they can just actually easily black out the entire grid here, so that could be a cyber attack. So that's why we need to always take care about integrating while integrating cloud and data from a PLC or a control system or any of the field device to a cloud. Then we need to take care about the cyber security, and we have separate standard for cyber security in the industry. Because why I'm just giving you these points, you can just actually have a look into all these stuffs or these points, what all we are discussing right now here. That could be much helpful for your future career when you start or attending interviews, or if you are start like going into in search of jobs, because all these are separate departments. Like it's not like you are taking BTech and then your next what target is MTech. It's not like that. It's a system specializations are there. 61131 language specialization is there. Then cloud computing and data, it's not only related with IT or CS people, but you can actually for instrumentation and electrical guys are also a bit interested in this case, and their actually separate standard is there, control system security called. Anyway, I'm not going in detail of that because we have a lot of other stuffs to cover here. So open source software and apps for the PLC next door, that is also another case. I will just give you a brief afterwards. This is the software. This also I thought I will just highlight what exactly it is. See, you can see 3 processors in a single CPU or single chassis. So these safety CPU means these processors are developed according to the SIL3 standard. So that much important for designing a simple processor, for making a simple PCB layout. There also safety standard should be followed for the controllers for safety applications. Hence, your safety CPU is likely 5 times costlier than your standard CPU. So standard CPU here you can see Core i5 for 2.4 gigahertz. Okay, but if you're looking into other conventional PLCs that you are finding in your college labs or any normal industries, normally basically in, if you're looking here around in Kerala, so there actually you can find hundreds or thousands of installations of PLCs. But there you cannot find a 2.4 gigahertz processor inside a PLC. You can find maximum 800 or 400 megahertz old processors. But actually that's what actually we are doing through PLC Next. PLC Next is much important in this day-to-day life because of the high power processors under this safety PLC or safety and the cyber security. So all these steps actually make more this PLC Next based technology more important. That's why we awarded with the patent here. See, minus 25 to 70 degrees Celsius, and all the embedded systems are designed for your room temperature applications. If you are looking for actually field level, you can install the temperature here or sensor here. You can do this type of things, or that for during your college mini or main projects. If you are discussing, that's really not at all required or not at all actually considered for your industrial grade applications because of this temperature. Then ProfiSafe, it's a safety communication. Even the backend, all of this communication, the backbone is our OSI model only. This presentation layer, application layer, all these stuffs actually, if we are rearranging, then we will come to this industrial grade communication, but that stuffs are also there. So you should actually search for the latest industrial grade communication protocols. Then you need to actually just start relating your OSI model into this communication protocols. Then the rest of the life will be easy. So this much is regarding this higher end controller. We will just have a close look into our IOs. I'm not like taking you to the modular automation system. I will just brief you what exactly it is. Modular automation is also an upcoming trend. You can find industries, okay, if you are taking the case of here in Cochin refinery or your FACT, all those industries are actually more than 40-50 years old. And there actually you can find a lot of old devices, huge installations worth rupees 1,000 or 10,000 crores. So for the latest technology or cloud integration or your latest IoT based application or for better analytics, you cannot change those installations. There actually we are coming with a system called modular automation. Modular automation is nothing, it's like, okay, integrating your old technology with new systems. For that, you need to support almost all of the communication protocols. So the communication is the backbone of these kind of activities or any of your industrial control system. So like that, multiple communication protocol in a single system. So that is the beauty of this product, PLC Next. So that's why we are using PLC Next for modular automation. But I'm not explaining you that because there are certain limitations for you to understand that in detail. But I will just give you a close look into our IO systems. See, have you ever seen IO cards? So because see, in your why I'm relating all these stuffs into embedded, because you are more aware about embedded based controllers. So there you can see small pins and those stuffs. But actually those IO cards are actually developed into this much bigger IO chassis because of the industrial grade and all. Because see, you cannot actually give more than 5 volt or 15 volt to your embedded controller. But these IO cards supports 230 volt AC, DC, 110 volt DC, or your 24 volt DC. Also like that, actually a lot of electrical vibrations, mechanical environments, all ambient conditions need to be considered while designing your IO system. So this is your IOs. So and this is your PLC here, you can see. So PLC is a small, not our higher end controller, it is a medium level controller. And PLC, on the right hand side of the PLC, you can see the IOs attached. So these are the IO cards. Different types of IO cards are available, and with the different chassis according to the ambient conditions, these IO cards are intended to be used. So according to that, actually a wide range of IOs you can see, but this is just an example of those stuffs. So I will just have a look into the 3D view, because IOs are like very important if you are dealing in industry. Because you can see if you are going into Indian oil or Cochin refinery, you can see hot swappable IOs. Like you can do any sort of activity with an IO in live condition or during powered up. So that's the advantage of IOs, hot swappable IOs. That means you can remove the power, like remove the IO card on live condition. You can reinsert, replace, because microseconds are also very much valuable in day-to-day industry. So they don't want to actually switch off their or shut down their plant for a microsecond also because of IO replacement for IO. So such type of a lot of specialized IOs you can find in day-to-day industry. So I think it's really sorry for that. I think it's taking much time to load your 3D image here because of your network glitches might be. So I will just show you actually the IOs for field installation. Till this time, we were just discussing about the IOs for cabinet installation, because see, these IOs are IP 30 protected. So IP is ingressive protection. That's also like SIL3 or safety. IP, ingressive protection, is also a very popular term in industry and very much useful term, because these are IP30 protected, means you can mount it inside a cabinet only. You can see a lot of panels, electrical panels. So like that, inside a panel only you can mount it. So that's why it is called IP30 protected, 30 certified. If you want to directly mount your IO card into the field, then you need IP65 or 67 certified IO card. So this is actually for that. You can directly mount in any of your applications. So I will just take you through the video of the same. Let's hop for an easy play here. But So this is actually how it looks. It's an industrial grade. See, all these ports are actually IO signals. So you can just take a wire from here, give it to a transducer, for example, pressure transmitter. Pressure transmitter will give 4 to 20 milliampere signal, analog signal. For example, 0 to 100 pressure, it will convert into 4 to 20 milliampere, and then it will give to this IO card, to this particular port. From here, we will take the signal and give to the PLCs. Okay, this is for an example. I will just show you the video of this. This is called IP65 or 67 certified IO cards, very robust one. You can mount it in any of your applications on the field. You can spray water, or water splash is also possible. Minus 25 degrees Celsius, it will support, so that actually you can mount it in any of the terrains. So this is actually a different terrain. So there also, see, even if the chassis is not like in good condition, but the IOs are working. So that's actually, we have taken the snap from a real working example. See, this is the communication cable where it is going. So this, I think I can just pause and show you. See, ETH1. This is an Ethernet cable. So you have seen Ethernet cable with RJ45, right? So that's just actually one form of Ethernet cable, but actually this is actually M12 based M6 connection. So a lot of industrial connections are there. So this is the Ethernet cable we are using for harsh environments. Not we, the industry is using, not Phoenix Contact. The industry is using for harsh environments. So this is actually with a round M12 connection. Ethernet is there, so the link is activated. So from here, the signals will go to your PLC. This will be mounted in the field. You can find this type of actually connections, Ethernet connections, in railway industry, mainly in your trains. You can find this type of Ethernet connections in latest trains, because in railway industry, actually in India, the railway industry is the main industry which is creating a lot of vibrations. Heavy vibrations and mechanical shocks are being produced in railway industry. So here, hence we are just suggesting this type of IO cards or this type of Ethernet like connections to the railway industry here in India. You can find industrial PCs, not like PCs and HMIs are there. So those also specially designed for railway industries for withstanding this type of heavy vibrations and shock. So now I will just take you to this, I think, industrial PCs and HMI. That's best here, because I also a bit confused. Within this limited time, I need to just cover this type of, and those stuff should be more understandable for you. Now actually we have some around 4 to 5 minutes left for the for discussing the remaining part. Then I will just take you to this digital factory. And here the main attractive point is AIO IP65, because IP, I already told you, ingressive protection. So we have IP65 panel PCs. Because you have seen only PCs used in your labs, which are commercial grade. But a lot of industrial PCs are available with wide range of activity, like application areas. See, this is an industrial PC. You can see, you cannot see a separate CPU cabinet, because this is, front side is actually display, back side is your CPU part. Okay. So that it's an attached one. This is called panel PC, which you can easily mount into a panel. And it can be used for 60 degrees Celsius, 70 degrees Celsius, heavy mechanical vibration shock. And since it is IP65, you can spray water or splash water in your vehicle service stations. You can see high pressure water. That also you can just spray onto this PC. Hence it is called industrial PCs. And these push button accessories, emergency shutdown buttons are there. Then all your cabling will enter through this pole if you want to mount it on a pole. If you want to mount it only on a panel, then you can just remove this bottom part and you can just simply mount it using VESA mount, or different type of mounting options are available. So that's the main attractive portion regarding the industrial PCs. You can find a lot of applications once you start your career in regarding this. So let's have a look into the video presentation of this industrial PC. So I think in between I can just explain you.
The AIO 65 series all-in-one PCs are panel PCs.
See, this is without pole.
IP65 protection for use in.
See, here you can see which industry is. See, on seeing itself, you can see, okay, none of your industries look like this much clean, because this industry is a clean environment industry where you are manufacturing your food and pharma, like food, beverages, then your pharma manufacturing happens in a clean room environment where you cannot actually even enter without a proper this PPE type of kits are there, mask is there. So this is actually clean room environment. There actually this application area is that. So there we are actually mounting it on the panel, and for controlling the conveyor belts and machines, you can just download your software into this PC, and those stuffs can be controlled. And another case, actually coming to your pharma industry, you can find a lot of standards are there. Out of that, just one standard like what an automation or instrumentation engineer need to keep in mind is 21 CFR FDA Part 11. FDA is like a US standard. Yeah, like last few days before, you might have seen the same standard in newspapers also. So federal drug, because of this what COVID vaccine generation, actually people are waiting for FDA standard approval or approval by FDA. So that's actually FDA. So 21 CFR, it's called CFR 21. So CFR 21 standards need to be there if you are actually exporting one machine from India to US, or many of the pharma companies are following that standard. So your software should be certified according to 21 CFR Part 11. So you can just keep that part also in mind. You can just search and learn about that standard.
Thanks to its compact aluminum die-cast housing, robust touchscreen for operation with gloves, a protected USB port, and cabling on the inside, the AIO65 is the ideal standalone panel PC for harsh environments. Choose the panel PC that perfectly suits your application from various sizes and performance classes. The panel PC can simply be mounted on the wall, on a support arm, or on a stand.
This is called VESA mounting.
Extend your system with a signal tower and an expansion box
This is tower lamp
featuring
for your alarms
IP65
and
protection
signaling.
without exposed cables.
Then you can see a lot of touch panels, HMIs, and all these stuffs are there, but I don't want you to take to that. But my interesting point here for you is this box PC. Now we have seen is panel PC. Okay, here it is actually, it's a box PC which is called only CPU without a display. You have seen your commercial PC cabinet how bulky it is for an i7 or i5 processor in your PC labs, but actually in industry we are trying actually maximum to reduce the size. So this is actually a very compact box PC. You can mount in small junction box of yours, in the size of your first aid box in your bus, or you can see that first aid box is there now, which is actually very small in size. So in those small cutout or footprints, you can mount this type of box PCs. This is called compact box PC. So Phoenix is a market leader in this PC manufacturing. So you can see this is actually the internal antenna is there. You can mount antenna. You can use it for any type of your IoT application. You can install Linux OS into this and make use it for any of, or it can act as an edge device. So that is the advantage of this box PC. I thought, okay, I will just show you this type of very compact or very small box PCs, SMPS. A lot of stuffs are available in the industry. So you will actually, you can easily learn those stuffs. You can, and in the meantime, I would suggest you to just go through the EduNet platform, EduNet. So that is actually will be much helpful for you to learn the industrial things before actually getting out of your university, because once you come out of your university, you cannot access that. If you're working in studying in your university, you can access to EduNet platform. There actually you will get all the latest updates. You can submit your projects there. You can just have a scholarships to go to Germany and submit there. So a lot of stuffs are there. So we are also promoting that, but somehow it's not reached in Kerala yet. But you are welcome for that. You can just have some ideas of projects or any sort of helps. You can just contact us, no problem. So from box PC, I'm just taking you back to my PLC next, because else I will miss that part to cover. This is overview of PLC Next, then PLC Next controller, what exactly it is, then PLC Next store and community. But actually the most useful part for a student is PLC Next community, because we have created one global community called PLC Next community, where you can register for free. You can be a part of the subscriber. You can see a lot of discussions going in and around in the industrial world regarding PLC Next. People may ask doubts there, industrial people, so that actually they got stuck here, there. So how to come out of that? They are working for one IoT development, cloud-based application development, or C++ programming is not working in my controller. How to do that? Or please help. So all these type of things are available in this PLC Next community. So I'm recommending you to be registered in PLC Next community, so that you will just get a complete idea of what all stuffs I discussed here. So, and you can just raise your questions there. You can straight away ask your questions to our direct expert panels will be there to support you. So let's have a look into the PLC Next community video, where you can just have an overview of the community. Students are also a part of this. Tutorials, seminars, all will be there. So I'm recommending you not to waste now time. Just register, get registered by the yourself in the PLC Next community and explore it well, so that actually you can be prepared for the upcoming trends in the industry now. So here actually the remaining use case of PLC Next technology, I would, okay, no, it's not that is relevant for you. But if you require, then you can just ping me later for that. So we have then again, because I'm just covering this, but because I already told you we have more than 63,000 products. Out of that, 10 to 12,000 products I'm handling here. So out of that, controllers, and because that's why it is called industrial management and automation. Obviously, your Ethernet switches and Bluetooth, LoRaWAN, WLAN, all these stuffs are also part of this industrial communication technology and part of automation. So a lot of things you need to, because you might have seen only Ethernet switch from your modem, right? Commercial modems which is available at your home, and so only those stuffs you can see, you might have seen. But actually a lot of hundreds or thousands of variety of Ethernet switches are available based on the technology. So NAT is again another technology, NAT, then WLAN and LoRa are different case, but you might be aware all these stuffs. Then we have a separate wing for cyber security, as I said, because day-to-day life or every day actually your security threats are being increased. Hence we need to get updated regarding the cyber security. So finally we are here and just trying to take you to the digital factory. So till now we were just discussing about the PLC, IO cards, and other control systems. So now we will just have a look into how we can make use of this thing in a factory. So that's why I'm just actually putting this digital factory is also a part of this presentation. Because of network traffic or glitches, you might feel sometime here we need to wait here in the lobby for some time. So let the things get ready there. So till that time actually we can wait outside. So there I will show, I'm going to show you, okay, where this PLCs are installed or what applications. So that actually at least you will get some idea how and where or how the installations look, how your industry look, which is going, because it's a new experience for you. So hence, all right, so we are here. we got an entry here. Our factory manager is explaining you what all things he can give you or he can support, but since your voice, this voice might be breaking because Google Meet is not that much a good platform for videos here.
Here at Philips contact bathroom on slide. My job is to increase the efficiency of our production by using the possibilities of digitalization.
Let this audio complete, then I will just take you to that.
Everything
Because I don't have, sorry, I don't have the permission to stop that now. So I will, once it's finished, I will just take you to the factory.
Last 1.5 years, we achieved the increase of productivity by more than 10%. Here in our factory, we would like to present and share our findings with you. Of course, we are not at the end of our...
See, these are the controllers being manufactured and actually moving through the conveyor belt. Here you can see, and here this is the industrial PC, how it is being mounted. You can see the industrial PCs and the push buttons here. Then if you are looking, okay, these are called AGVs, automated guided vehicles for your warehouse automation. Here see, data security is there. Always actually your industrial communication should be secured enough to handle your cyber threats. Then data collection is there using different actually sensors. Oh, now his audio got stopped. I think still I am audible to you. So here you can see, okay, the conveyor belt, long conveyor belt, which is coming from the products here. The data collection is here, like where you can actually collect data from your sensors. Then you can see the data transportation. So let's have a look into the data transportation. Wow. See, this is a data transportation area, means where you are taking the data using the sensors. So here you can see, so small sensors are mounted here, or analog, digital, a lot of sensors are there. Okay, since it's actually a moving machine, you can see these yellow color systems are, yeah, this is a perfect example with what I can explain you. See, this is the controller what I have actually just shown you in the beginning of the presentation, higher level controller. See, you can see a yellow color cable is going from here and going here. All these green color IOs are your standard IO cards. In my presentation, you have seen gray color modules, but this is actually green color. Green color is also again different variety of IO cards we are using. Then you can see this yellow color. So these are standard. This yellow color actually SIL 3 certified or safety modules, which are being used for your safety application of your machine, because the machine might have different outputs, IOs. So standard IOs and safety IOs. Safety means maybe a moving particle or moving part or the blade of the machine that might be controlled. So there actually safety should be there. So those control we will be handling through the safety module. So that is the part here. And here you can see there's cable entry points here. Then you can see this push buttons. Then these are the relays, but not very slim relays, not the bulky as you usually see. Here is the industrial PC mounted. Okay. So this is just a short view of your industrial or plant floor we call. These are the panel or cabinet lights are there, tower lamps it's called. So tower lamps are used for these alarms, routing and this indications. So we'll just go back. This is the transportation, data transportation area. That lady is actually waving her hand. So let's have a look into this data collection here. Here also see, this is one type of actually Ethernet switches. OT means IT equal OT plus IT. You can see here OT means IT. That means IoT, like operation technology plus information technology. So that is called exactly what IoT is. But I cannot actually explain right now the complete in detail of IoT. But here also you can. What is more relevant for you is these are different type of Ethernet switches with VPN connections or cyber secured Ethernet switches are there. So then you can see data collection area. See, these are called proximity sensors, what are mounted here. This actually will count your material, give some other readings, and you can find, okay, weigh machine or weighing sensors are available. Then like that, actually while manufacturing, okay, temperature sensors are available, a lot of sensors are there. So these sensor will go from here, this cable will go to your IO card, from IO card it will go to your main PLC. Here you cannot see a PLC because all these IO cards are communicating with your main controller over your any of the protocol or mainly Ethernet based protocols. So this much is regarding your data or digital factory, because I have not enough time to take you through that according to our time slot. So that's why we are just actually coming out of this digital factory now, going back to this virtual exhibition stall where we started our journey. So I think this much is from my side for today. I hope you have enjoyed this journey. Thank you very much. Now, if you have any queries, then in short time, we can just have a discussion on that.
Now it's question answering section. If you have any questions, you can unmute the mic and ask the questions, or you can just put the questions in the chat box. Okay, Vishal, I think there is no questions. I think everything is clear for them. So
it could be
now
the
I
case,
welcome.
maybe nothing might be clear for them. Not everything. So
I don't
anyway, at
think
least
so. I
10
think
percentage,
they
okay.
can understand.
Yeah, at least
Okay,
10
okay.
percentage they
So
will have
now,
heard. Huh?
yeah, I think so. Okay, now I welcome Assistant Professor Elsa Sneha Thomas for providing the vote of thanks.
A warm welcome, a warm good afternoon to one and all. Thank you, Mr. Vishal Kumar, for being a part of Mount Zion College of Engineering. On behalf of Mount Zion College of Engineering and Department of Applied Electronics and Instrumentation, I express our sincere thanks to our resource person, Mr. Vishal Kumar, for giving us such an informative and valuable session. I wish to express my gratitude to all the participants present here. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Bye.
Okay, thank you, Vishal. Okay.